Okay, thank you and welcome back. Before we proceed, you can consider subscribing to this channel. Okay, today I'll be highlighting majorly the assessment of the mind tickle and DREAMPORT and how basically it works. So the assessment will roughly take, I think the highest assessment can take is 40 minutes, but the ranging time is 30 minutes. It will depend on the assessment that you're taking on that particular period. So these assessments are basically a knowledge test on what you've learned in the previous modules, and they will have about 20 to 25 questions depending also. So you are basically required to hit the cutoff, and this will enable you to proceed to the next stage. And also the time is it works on a time frame. Let's say when it's 40 minutes you start, the timer will start counting, and make sure you complete within that time frame, because when you fail, the assessment will just automatically submit itself even without you completing. So make sure you work with the time that you are given, and also make sure that you go through the series properly and gain the knowledge that will enable you to pass the assessment, because passing these assessments are key. But the good thing is that when you fail to achieve the cutoff, you will be given a reattempt option. But before you reattempt, just make sure you go back to the learning series and watch the videos again and take notes, and make sure you understand everything before you reattempt again, because these reattempts are usually limited to a certain number. So once you use them and deplete them, you will not be allowed to reattempt, and this might lead to your account being banned or being suspended, and maybe I don't know what will happen. But make sure you pass these assessments within the required time, and just in case you fail, you go back to the learning series, rewatch all the videos and take notes, make a summary, and make sure that once you start the assessment, you have everything on your fingertips. Highlight all the key points so that you'll be ready to pass this assessment. It's so crucial for your promotion to the next stage, and you need to do well in these assessments too. Okay, sure, we can now proceed to the video.
MindTickle is a data-driven enablement and readiness platform which provides an engaging learning experience. It gives you the opportunity to gain the knowledge and skills you need through programs defined by your organization. Enablement programs or initiatives in MindTickle consist of different types of content or activities known as modules. An assessment is one such module. The assessment module in MindTickle is created to evaluate your knowledge and readiness on a particular skill, competency, or a subject. Let's take a look at an assessment module. You'll receive an invitation email when your admin assigns you an assessment module. Here's an example. To view the assessment, click Get Started. Sign in using your registered email ID or SSO-enabled account. After signing in, you land on the Assessment Details page. This page displays the description, which states the objective of the assessment. Also displayed are a set of instructions that you need to follow and remember while attempting the assessment. On the Assessment Details page, notice the maximum score and the passing score awarded to this module. The passing score is the minimum score required to pass the assessment. To make assessments challenging, your admin may enable negative marking. This means a percentage of your total score is deducted for every wrong answer you give. This percentage is displayed in the wrong answer row. As you can see, for every wrong answer, 10% of the score is deducted. So if you attempt a question of 100 points and submit a wrong answer, 10% of 100 points, which is 10 points, will be deducted from your total score. Your assessment may be timed. If this is the case, it will be displayed here. If a time limit is set, you need to make sure to complete the assessment within the given time. Begin the assessment only after you've gone through all the details mentioned on this page. When ready, click Start Assessment. Here's how questions are displayed in the assessment module. The question statements and corresponding options will be displayed here. The points assigned to each question are displayed here. If the assessment has a time limit, the countdown will begin as soon as you start the first question. The timer is displayed here. The total number of questions in the assessment are displayed here. You can navigate to a question by clicking these numbered boxes. If you're not sure of an answer to a question, you can revisit the question by clicking the Visit Later button. A question which you've marked as Visit Later will be highlighted. Similarly, the questions you have answered are highlighted in green. The Review section displays a summary of the total number of questions, the questions you've answered, and the questions you've marked as Visit Later. You can navigate to the previous and next question using these buttons. A word of caution: keep an eye on the timer when attempting the assessment. If the timer runs out, your assessment will be submitted automatically. Once you've answered the questions, click the Submit Assessment button. The details, such as the number of questions you've answered, those you've not answered, and the questions that have been marked as Visit Later, are displayed in a confirmation pop-up. If you've not answered some questions, go ahead and answer them. Review the questions that you've marked as Visit Later. Click Confirm Submission once you're satisfied with all your answers. After submitting the assessment, a pop-up will display a summary of your score and the assessment result. If a certificate is assigned to the assessment, and if you've achieved the passing score, you will be able to download the certificate. Finally, you can use these links within the pop-up to navigate to the next module, exit this module to return to the series page, or return to the assessment details page. This brings us to the end of this walkthrough video on the assessment module in MindTickle.